What is up? What is up? Welcome to episode 83 of the DCC podcast. Welcome to all our new viewers, watchers, listeners, gossipers, and just FOSS. So let's get into it. Before we get started, we want to give a shout out to the brands right here. Glow Nudes. Shop Glow Nude. Give them all the international scoops so they know what's going on.
So I want you guys to head over to our website. Visit us at www.shopglownude.com. We do have international shipping on the website. However, I am going to be having products in Jamaica. So what's going to be available in Jamaica is going to be the soaps, the serums, and the body butters. So I'm going to let you guys know more information on that soon. So for right now, just visit our website at www.shopglownude.com or our Instagram at glow.nude.
All right, that's that on the promos. Let's dive right into it. I want to start off with self-esteem. You got self-esteem here. Are we talking about having too much self-esteem? Are we talking about not having self-esteem?
Why is self-esteem a thing?
Yes, because I feel like some people, especially with Instagram, like people feel like they're more attractive than they are, and you got a lot of people who reach for likes. You know what I mean? Like doing all types of crazy things just so they can get a like. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. So I do feel like you can have too much self-esteem. I mean, by all means, you're allowed to think however you want about how you look, but then there's a reality aspect to everything. You know what I mean? You do have a general rating when it comes to people viewing you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think so.
I put self-esteem up there because I feel like lack of self-esteem, especially in women, can make women do crazy things.
Like what do you mean when you tell them?
Like just settle for
shit.
For
not having, like, if they don't have any self-esteem, they'll settle for anybody. That's what you mean?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
For any piece of the pie, any slice, no matter how thin it is. And I say this because I observed a situation at work where pretty much the guy that my coworker is cheating on his girlfriend, which also works with us, with women who also work with us. And I say this because she knew, and this is not the first time, and she knew, and she's kind of staying. And my only thing is to just feel like, well, it's obviously present because of the way she like go about certain things or say certain things that she has self-esteem issues. But I'm just like, why is it that when you feel so like, I don't know, I guess I don't really know how to word it, but what is it gonna take for women to just like be on some shit where the opinion of a man, good or bad, doesn't sway our opinions of ourselves?
I don't know, because like I see a lot too where it's like a lot of things are geared towards, oh, you don't need a man, or don't be worried about a man, or go get your money, sis, don't worry about him. Like everything that has to do with the uplifting of women has to somehow come back to not needing a man. And I wish it wasn't really like that. I wish you could just be an independent, go forward woman without not even bringing up men at all. You know what I mean? Like have nothing to do with men. Like I feel like the trauma that has been caused by the men gender over the years on the woman gender has left such a deep root pain in the other gender, because like, you know what I mean, like they say it's a man's world, and like there's just so many things that aid to that idea. You know what I mean? So I feel like if women as a whole, or you know what I mean, for them to be on a really forefront of like just being able to support themselves and doing everything, I feel like if you could just do all that without even a lick of thought on a man, then I feel like you're heading towards like a good path for your own development. You know what I mean? Because too much of a woman's life still, even if you don't think so, revolve around a man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're independent, like 100% independent, they'll think you're only being independent despite of your past with men. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's rough. It's a tough one, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like going back to self-esteem now, a lot of self-reflection and a lot of knowing yourself goes into that. Good or bad, whether you think you're the shit or you don't. I feel like you have to really just know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's my opinion on that.
Yeah. I definitely agree because I feel like if you understand yourself, if you understood yourself and you realized your boundaries, you wouldn't allow people to cross those boundaries or those lines.
And you won't take shit like this coworker who's apparently just chronic being cheated on.
It's crazy to me because, like, she came into work so drunk.
Yeah. And
it was so sad because she was taking the customer's order and she's just legit crying in their face.
Jesus Christ.
It was so sloppy. And I'm like, not only are the women that he's cheating on you with present and they're watching this, it's just like, it's embarrassing. Like, it's so embarrassing. I just feel bad for her because, like whether she's a good person or not, everybody's just gonna look at her like she's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I really don't, because you're allowing things to happen. You know what I mean? Like, you can you that cannot happen if it's up to you. Like, it can legit not ever happen.
Yeah, but, and it kind of just leads us into another topic that we have on here, which is triggers. So it's like knowing certain things that can get you there. Why do you allow it to happen? Because I guarantee you, knowing that you're gonna see these women and knowing that, like, it might get to you, why do you put yourself in a position to make it get there? You know what I'm saying? When you know you're gonna come to work drunk and crying and pissed, you know? Yeah. So it's like, I feel like a lot of people know or have some idea of what their triggers are, but still put themselves in the position.
Maybe you're addicted to it. Maybe you're addicted to the behavior you inhabit when you're triggered. You know what I mean? There's so like, human behavior is funny. Like,
because I feel like people think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People just feel like it's cool to get that reaction, whether good or bad. And I feel like social media play a huge part in that, because you say something bad about somebody, there's niggas that's pissed off and they're genuinely hurt by it, but there's also people in the comments that's like, that nigga deserved it. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just...
everything's just a game, right?
Yeah, it's such a dangerous game at that. Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I feel like triggers are like you know it's your trigger. All right, so whether you know it or not, or whether you play into it or not, it's still doing something for you. You know what I mean? And we want to feel something. As human, we want to feel something, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, it's dopamine and
like, whether it's good or bad. We want to feel, you know what I mean? And I don't have really much to say about triggers because I try to avoid my own triggers. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, like, you should be adult enough to not let the same person trigger you over and over again, you know. So that's all I really have to say about that. That leads into gifts after breakup, because obviously she's definitely gonna have to break up with this guy.
I feel like it's not by choice, because he kind of left her. So, like, if you're being cheated on, not with just one, not just two, but like with multiple women, like a plethora of them, I feel like it's just at this point,
she's allowing it to happen.
Yeah, you're not in a relationship anymore. I'm sorry. Like, but with gifts after a breakup, I don't know. What do we feel like should be done with these things?
Sell it if it's sellable.
You think so?
Yeah, sell that shit, mate. Get that money. Turn that hurt into dollars. You know
I'm more of the hand of just throw the shit away.
I get it, but if it get turned into money, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, especially if it's expensive, like real expensive. I'm not throwing that shit. No matter how hurt I am, I'm not throwing that shit away.
Cause what about, let's say for instance, the land, the acres the acres of land that Moneybagg Yo got.
You can sell it.
True, and put property
there
on there and rent it out. So
you should always turn your hurt into money, man.
But what do you feel about the people who want the gifts back after a breakup? Are we giving it back?
I guess I wouldn't want to have any type of, like, me personally, I wouldn't want to have any type of crazy bad blood. You know what I mean? For no reason, no apparent reason. And of course, some things are unavoidable. Like, people are just gonna hate you for whatever.
Right.
But if it's able to be avoided, by all means. If it's just a little flimsy necklace that they just want back to give to somebody else, then yeah, there you go. Have your little necklace.
That's mad fucked up though. Like, why do you want the, like? I always think, like, why do you want these things back? Like, it's just crazy. It's just the satisfaction of be like, well, I bought. Like, I feel like niggas look crazy doing that.
Yeah.
You look sick. Like, why would you be like, oh, I bought you this, now I'm gonna take it back, give it back?
It's just, it's hurt. Like, you're just hurt.
I can understand
you feel like taking the item back would hurt them too, because you're hurt. But yeah. I don't know. I've never been that type of person. As long as I've given something, it's like, yo, you can keep that shit.
Right. I can understand a car where you'd be like, all right, maybe keep the car back, but not no necklace, no clothes, like nothing like that. No.
It came from a genuine place, so
right.
I don't know if taking it back is gonna like reverse card Uno. You know, what I mean? I don't know. Like,
if it was a car, I'm definitely going to I'm personally gonna put the car up for sale. Like, let me do it. You don't do it. Like, let me put the car up for sale.
Quavo Joe.
Yeah, if it's like a house, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess you can still live in it. Like,
I just feel like if it could turn into money and there's no bad blood, by all means. All right, let's get into one more. I had the good drugs versus bad drugs.
Mhm.
I had this up there because obviously there are good drugs. You know what I mean? Like marijuana. You know what I mean? Some psychedelics, and there's bad drugs, heroin. You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw cocaine in there because I don't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I mean, respect if you do that. By all means.
Hell no,
but,
no, disrespectfully. Like,
there are people though, like working, like living people that do that shit. But I had it up there because like scientists finally approved experimenting for, I guess, good uses with psychedelics, and psychedelics would fall under like, not crazy drugs, but like, I guess, good drugs. Yeah, hallucinogens, good drugs. So I feel like we need to definitely set up some type of rubric for, hey, these are the drugs you maybe should try, and these are the drugs that you shouldn't really try. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna put shrooms in there, right? Shrooms
that you shouldn't or should?
No, not done. Shrooms are like in the middle. I wouldn't suggest everybody to do shrooms. You should really know who you are before you try to tap into that realm of psychedelics, you know, acid too. You should really just, you know, have some fun with weed and kind of figure yourself out first. But yeah, I wouldn't suggest everyone to do cocaine. I wouldn't suggest you to do heroin at all. Don't do crack.
Crystal meth.
Obviously, don't do meth. But yeah, I would suggest, hey, if you know you're kind of okay in the mind, you should smoke some weed and, you know what I mean, have a good time. But be real careful if you're trying to tap into that psychedelic realm, because it's not for everyone. And then you got your people who are going to be like, yeah, try it out. You know, everyone's going to tell you to just try it because they don't care about you.
You know?
They really don't care about you. But yeah, I feel like if you're really trying to tap into psychedelics, you should really try to understand yourself first. And I can't stress that enough, because it'll make you realize some shit. You're gonna really know who you are once you tap into that road.
Am I the only one that feel like with niggas who take like acid and shit like that, they just continuously look wet? Like, they just always look wet to me. I've seen a nigga that took acid from, ever since then he just looks like wet or greasy. Like, I don't know.
Like you've been rolling around in a puddle.
Yeah, like nonstop. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I feel like that's how I feel about like certain crackheads. Like they look like they've just been in garbage. Like like you just been up to no good all day.
I feel like crackheads are outside roaches. Like,
Jesus Christ.
No, but like, not for nothing, they do be walking around fondling in garbage.
Yeah.
They run when they see you sometimes.
It's rough, man.
Yeah, like, but what do you do? Because they don't stop smoking crack.
Yeah.
Like.
So you don't want to head down into that realm. So
Yes.
definitely try to differentiate between the good drugs and the bad drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wanted to have a little history lesson on that. But we're going to go ahead and take a break right here. This is a beat by me, J Degrees. Enjoy. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. I work really hard on these. Sometimes, though. It be short sometimes. Sometimes it'd be like 10 minutes. Sometimes it'd be like an hour. It all depends. It all depends. And it's not easy to learn. But I admire those who try. Beat making is fun sometimes. But let's get right back into it. We had some news dropped about the drunk driving situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
What people are gonna start doing when it comes to monitoring those who are drunk and decided to drive.
Yes.
Right. They're gonna put drunk driving.
Alcohol monitors
okay,
in new cars. So the newer cars that are going to be they're making, they're going to put alcohol monitors in them. I am all for it because a lot of people die behind the wheel because of a drunk driver.
Yeah. It's you can't even count it, and it's global. It's not just America.
Yeah.
People die everywhere just trying to drink, and then shit, I'm gonna just go drive. Or
they be driving fast as hell too. Like, what? Like, why do you drive so fast if you're drunk?
Because your legs asleep.
I'm so confused. Like,
it doesn't feel like it. And like I was going into saying, like, there are people who think they're good. Like, you drank, you're like, I'm alright, I can drive.
mm-hmm.
And then you just don't know because your response time is off, but it's not off by a lot, but it's still off. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people who they'll have maybe 1, 3, 4, 5, 7 drinks and be like, yeah, I'm alright, I'm good. And they'll just drive home. They'll make it home, but it's like, yo, bro, like, you're still running that risk at the end of the day. So,
yeah, because there's going to be a time where you don't.
Mm-hmm. And just like, things happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Things just happen. We don't control when things just happen.
Right.
So, I love that there are manufacturers that are now going into that type of mindset when developing new cars, like the seat belt. There was a patent on that, and the person who created it was like, you know what, let's just make it free, because I feel like this is so important that it needs to be. It needs to be for everyone. So, shout outs to that, and let's hope that this drunk driving monitor thing follows suit as a seatbelt patent, and it's just free for all manufacturers across the board, because it's so important. We don't need people dying because people want to drink.
Right.
And it's never really the driver. You know what I mean? The drunk driver is never really the one that gets hurt or whatever.
Or dies.
Yeah.
It's always the one...
The innocent bystander. So shout outs to that.
Maybe there's a lesson in it somewhere.
Of course, there's always a lesson everywhere. There's lessons everywhere. There's a lesson on the ground right now. Oh, man. Let's move on. We have something we didn't really want to touch on, but we kind of have to, so here it goes.
Yep.
Astroworld. All right. I know it looks crazy, right? Every lawyer, this guy has lawsuits up the wall about what happened in Astroworld with Travis Scott.
He's up to his ears in lawsuits.
Yeah. There has been 8 people that died.
9, because a girl that was suffering from brain damage, 22 years old, actually passed away.
Yeah.
So it's 9.
So 9 now confirmed died. Hundreds injured. Apparently there was something or someone going around injecting people. So we don't even know how
that was retracted.
Okay,
that was allegedly. So
that didn't really happen,
it got retracted.
So that didn't really happen. Shout outs to that. But like I said, rest in peace to all of those who lost their lives. I want to discuss this, or we want to discuss this, only for the fact, as in, like, responsibility. All right, I know Travis Scott needs to take responsibility because it's his show. But then again, there's things happening while you, the artist, are just there doing your job as to just performing. You know what I mean? Responsibility lies in the show manager, if a venue manager, security director, that all the responsibility that happened with you know what I mean, people dying and all that falls on those people. Travis Scott is still just a performer at the end of the day. I feel like everything and everyone is coming at him like how could you, Travis? I'm like, yo, he's up on the stage yelling yeah.
Yeah, and it's to me it's fucking asinine for you to sit there and be like, oh, I'm mad at you, Travis, when he's the artist getting paid to perform. Okay, so cool. It's his party, right? I pay several people to make sure that I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Right? I'm performing. How is somebody responsible for thousands of people in the crowd when I'm just a performer? That's why I'm paying you guys.
Yeah,
why were you guys being paid if the security and the tightness and the structure is gone?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. I'm like, why? How can you guys blame him? Like, how can you guys blame him? And I see a lot of the artists now getting on stage, checking if people are good in the crowd, and I'm like, what kind of fucking world are we living in?
It takes away from that artist now being able to properly do their job in performing for you. If you're there wilding, you know what I mean, and now Taylor's like, yo, is she alright? Is her right there alright in row 15, seat number 17?
And
like,
SZA did the same thing too. She said, SZA stopped her show to say, are you guys alright? Are you guys okay? I want to verbally hear yes. You know what I'm saying?
I paid for this. I'm walking out because you're not performing. This is not a meet and greet.
It's just a disclaimer. Like to me, this is the thing.
I'm leaving.
I understand going into a movie theaters and niggas shooting a movie theaters. That's unexpected. I have all right to be mad at everybody, right? Yeah. But going into a setting such as Astroworld, knowing that it's such a big thing where niggas is jamming out. You know the type of music Travis Scott makes. Yeah. He makes like headbanging, raging ass like music where niggas is just having fun. Granted, there's gonna be a mosh pit. You don't have to get in it. Sometimes niggas get stuck in it, but you go into the situation knowing the game. You cannot be mad at the game and how it's played if you bought a ticket.
Yeah.
Granted, you didn't sign up to die, but there's thousands and thousands of people at this show. You had to know not everybody's civilized, right?
Yeah.
So, if it was a perfect world, niggas would all be happy. And rich.
Yeah, and I think like they got trampled, right? Like those 8 died of trampolation. Like, no pun intended. I'm not trying to be funny here, but I think those people definitely died from
being trampled.
Yeah, like people just were scared and was running all over the place, and people got stepped on.
Shots was fired. Yes,
shots were fired. Like how? How were shots
exactly.
fired?
Security. The fucking niggas who set up the organizers. What the fuck? Like, how do you let somebody get in with a gun?
Yeah.
What was recently in New York? Something was in New York. Some form of festival.
Rolling Loud, right?
I think it was Rolling Loud. Nothing like that happened at Rolling Loud.
It's the security. It's not the artist.
That's what I'm saying.
Pointing fingers
exactly. So I need everybody
Travis,
to understand that. And I feel like, yes, he has all right to apologize or say, damn, tragedy. But I don't feel like he deserves to sit up there and genuinely apologize for niggas dying on his behalf when he did not do anything. He did not pull the trigger. He did not do anything like that. So it's unfortunate that it happened at his event, but that's like let me not bring that up, but it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Let's pray for everybody involved, and let's shift the blame a little bit. I know it's Travis's show, but that's all it really is. It's Travis's show.
It's his name on it. That's it.
That's it. Because I see a lot of people spinning the narrative, oh, devil worshiper, oh, this plays into his songs and whatever. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I think this is really going off the deep end.
Things happen, and there are other people to blame when it comes to security, like, obviously.
Right.
But on that note, let's dive right into our music take. You know what I mean? Let's get it out. We had Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion dropped something for the Hotties. It was like playing off Halloween and all that stuff. She was dressed like a devil and all that stuff. So
Music.
I listened to his type fire. You know what I mean? You know Meg gonna throw some hits in there. We have French Montana. He's coming out with an album, but I'm talking about his track that he has with Fivio called Panicking. That shit goes hard.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's nice. So I want to give a shout out to that. And he's apparently slept on for some reason, even though he's a really good artist.
French?
Yeah.
You a lie.
People
French Montana is not good.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, like, he has bangers, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he's the greatest artist, but he has bangers. That's what I mean.
The only bangers he has is his collabs when he's barely saying anything.
That's still a banger. I don't care. And Key Glock, shout outs to Key Glock. He dropped Yellow Tape 2, another good one. Start to finish, bunch of bangers, gym playlist vibes. So
another one is Bryson Tiller. He's dropping something for Christmas, for the lonely people on Christmas. It's called Different Christmas. It's dropping a little early, November 19th.
Oh, soon, okay.
So, yeah.
That's next week Friday. So
yeah,
boom.
Look out for that.
It'll be on our shit next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it, right?
Yep.
As always, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting. Like us on Instagram. Follow us everywhere. Subscribe on YouTube, you know what I mean? Subscribe on Anchor. Shop Glow Nude, all that good stuff. And as always, we're well with ourselves. We're well with everyone outside. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace.